Welcome everyone to the complete YOLOv11 machine learning project. This course consists of two different modules. In the first module, we are going to discuss about how to create data set for our project, and also we are going to discuss about how to annotate the data set. In the second module, we are going to discuss about how to train the data set using YOLOv11. So this course is very useful for the students who are trying to create YOLOv11 machine learning project for the first time. So let's get started. Welcome everyone to the first class. In today's class, we are going to discuss about how to create new project in RoboFlow website. So RoboFlow website is very useful for if you want to create machine learning and also deep learning project, you can use RoboFlow website. For that only, we are going to create our project in RoboFlow. For that, you need to create an account in the RoboFlow website and then you have to create new project. For creating the project, you have to select new project. And then you have to type your name of your project. So I am going to create home intrusion detection project using YOLOv11. For that only, you have to type the name home intrusion detection. So after that, you have to select any one of the license. And then you have to type the annotation group. We are going to annotate intrusion. So that's our class. So you have to type the class name. So after that, you can see the different types of project type. So the first one is the object detection, second one is the classification, and third one is the instance segmentation, and fourth one is the key point detection. Also, you can select show more option. So in that, you can see image plus text and semantic segmentation. So you can select any one of the options based on your project. So my project is about object detection. For that only, I am going to select object detection. So you have to select and then you have to create public project. So that's it. We have successfully created a new project in RoboFlow website. So in the upcoming class, we are going to discuss about how to create data set for our project home intrusion detection. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about how to create data set for our home intrusion detection project. For that, you need to open the Google and then you have to type the data set. So I'm going to type intrusion. You can type your own data set name. I'm going to type home intruder images. So you can see the images relevant to your data set. So you can download the images one by one, or you can download the data set from the Google. For that, you need to type data set. And then you can see the first website, RoboFlow website. So RoboFlow website itself contains data set. And then you can select other data set from the website like Kaggle or Dataset Ninja. So that's your own choice. Also, I'm going to show you an extension which can be useful for downloading all the images from the Google. For that, you have to type Chrome extension. And then you have to open the website. And then you have to type image bulk downloader. So it will download all the images from your Google search. So you have to download image assistant batch image downloader. So you have to add this extension to your browser. After that, you need to right click. You have to select image assistant, extract current page. So it will extract all the images from your Google search. So you can see all the images. So you have to download these images. So you have to select all and then download selected. You have to select continue. So it will download all the images for your data set. So you can also download data set from the RoboFlow website. So for that, you need to open the RoboFlow website and then you have to select any one of the data set relevant for your project. So I'm going to select this data set. And then you have to select data set. So in that, you can see the option download data set. You have to select that. And then you have to select the format. I'm going to select YOLOv11. and then you have to select download zip to computer. You have to select continue. So after that you need to open the dataset folder. For that you need to open image assistant, Google images. So you can see all the images relevant for your dataset. So you have to select only the relevant images from your dataset. So you have to select images which are suitable for your dataset. So these are all the relevant images. I'm going to create a new dataset folder. So you have to create a new folder and then you have to type the name of the folder. I'm going to type home intrusion detection. So inside that folder, I'm going to create a new folder dataset. So you have to copy paste all the images. So these are all the images suitable for my dataset. So you can also add more images to your dataset. Then only your accuracy will be increased. So after that, you have to open the RoboFlow website and then you have to import your dataset. For that, you need to open the folder. So you have to open the dataset folder. So in that, you have to select all the images and then you have to select save and continue. For sample only, I have used 17 images, but you have to use more than 1000 images for your project because it will increase the accuracy. So in the next class, we are going to discuss about annotation of our data set. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about how to annotate our data set. For that, you need to select manual labeling option. So you have to select that option. So after that, you need to select start annotation. So you have to select that option. So annotation plays an important role in project accuracy. If you want more accuracy, you have to annotate carefully. So for that, you have to open the RoboFlow website. In that, you can see the options like labels, attributes, comments, history, raw data, and also you can see classes and layers. And then you can see the tools available in the RoboFlow website. So these are all the tools. So the first one is the drag tool. So if you want to drag your images, you can use that tool. And then second one is the bounding box. So if you want to create bounding box for your dataset, you can use that. So it will be considered as intrusion detection. So you have to type the name of the class. So the name of the class is intrusion detected. So this will be considered as our class. So this is the bounding box. So after that, we are going to discuss about the second tool, that is polygon tool. It will create polygon line for your data set. And then you can see smart polygon. It will use AI for annotation. So if I select any one of the data set, you can see the annotation. You can also use simple or complex based on your data set. So it will be considered as intrusion detection. So you can use smart polygon for AI annotation. And then you can see the label assist. If you want to create AI labeling, you can use that. So if you want to repeat the previous option, you can use that option. So if I want to repeat the previous bounding box, you can select that option. So if you want to delete the annotation, you have to select mark null tool. And then comment, if you want to add any comment, undo, redo. So these are all the tools available in the RoboFlow for annotation. Mostly we are going to use bounding box. So you have to annotate one by one using the bounding box. So carefully you have to annotate. So our project is about intrusion detection. So I'm going to draw bounding box for the intrusion detection. So after the completion of annotation, you have to go back and then you have to select add 17 images to dataset. And then you have to provide percentage for the training, valid and test. So training must be more than valid and test. And then you have to select add images. So that's it. In today's class, we have discussed about how to annotate our dataset using the tools of RoboFlow website. In the next class, we are going to download our dataset. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about how to download our dataset. For downloading the dataset, you have to create new version. For that, you have to select create new version and then you can see the option pre-processing. You have to select continue. Also, you have to select continue for the augmentation and then create. You have to select create. So after that, you can see the process. So you have to select the download dataset option. So you have to select that and then you have to select the format. So you have to select YOLOv11 and then you have to select download zip to computer and then you have to select continue. So this will download your dataset. Also, you can train your dataset in the RoboFlow website. So you can see the training available credit points 3. Using the credit points, we can train our dataset in the RoboFlow website. So, but we are going to use manual training. So RoboFlow training is automated training, but we are going to use manual training. For that only, we are just download our dataset. So after that, you need to open your dataset. You have to extract your dataset. So these are all the folders available for our dataset. So the first one is the test. You can see the images and then labels and then train. You can see the train images and labels. So these are all the images for training and labels. So inside the label, you can see the coordinates for our bounding box and then valid. You can see images and labels. You have to open the data.yaml file using the notepad. So we can see the path of the train, validation and test. So this will contains the path and then you can see the class name intrusion detected. So this class will be created by us and then you can see the details of the RoboFlow project. You can see the workspace, project, version, license and URL. So the most important is the class. So that's it guys. In today's class, we have discussed about how to download the dataset from the RoboFlow website. In the next class, we are going to train our dataset using Google Collab. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about how to train our YOLOv11 dataset using Google Collab. Google Collab is very useful for if your computer does not have any GPU, you can use Google Collab. So Google Collab provides free GPU for training the dataset. For that only, I am going to use Google Collab for training our YOLOv11 dataset. So you need to create an account in the Google Collab and then you have to create new notebook. So after that, you need to type the name of your project. So the extension will be IPYNB. So after typing the name of your project, you have to select the runtime. For that, you have to change the runtime. You have to select T4 GPU. You have to select save and then you have to select connect. So it will connect the GPU for training your dataset. So if you want to delete the cell, you have to select delete option. I'm going to select text. I'm going to type the name of my project in bold. So after that, we are going to start our training process. Before that, you need to import your dataset. Also, you need to download Ultralytics for your dataset. For that, you need to type this code. You have to type pip install Ultralytics. So this will be very useful for YOLOv11. You can see successfully installed. So after that, you need to import YOLO package. For that, you have to type from Ultralytics and then you have to type import YOLO. It will be in the uppercase. So after that, you have to run the code and then you can see successfully imported. So after that, we need to import the model for our YOLOv11. For that, you need to open the GitHub folder. You have to type YOLOv11 GitHub. You have to open the GitHub. So this is the GitHub repository for YOLOv11. You can see all the documentation of YOLOv11. You can see the codes like the training process and then detection process. So these are all the documentation for our YOLOv11. For model, you can see the options like YOLOv11N, S, M, X. You can use any one of the model based on your own choice. So I'm going to use S for my project. YOLOv11 yes. So you have to type model equal to YOLO uppercase. Inside that you have to type the name of the model. So you have to type YOLO11s.pt. So after that you have to run the code. So you can see our model is successfully downloaded. So that's it guys. In today's class we have discussed about how to install the packages and how to import the model for our home intrusion detection using YOLOv11 project. In the next class we are going to discuss about how to import the data set in the Google Collab. Welcome everyone. In today's class we are going to discuss about how to import the data set in Google Collab. For that we have successfully created the data set in the RoboFlow website. So you have to select download data set and then you have to select show download code. So in that you have to copy the code and then you have to paste that code in Google Collab. So you have to run this code. So it will import the data set in the Google Collab. So you can see our data set is successfully imported in the Google Collab. You can see the test, train, valid, YAML file. So these are all the folders available in our data set. You can also drag and drop the model in your data set folder. So we have successfully imported our data set in the Google Collab. So these are all the code for importing the data set in RoboFlow. So first you need to install the RoboFlow package and then you have to import the RoboFlow package. After that you have to type the API key and then you have to type the workspace name of your project and then you have to type the version for your project and then you have to type the dataset version. So these are all the code for importing our dataset from RoboFlow to Google Collab. So in the next class we are going to discuss about how to train the dataset. Welcome everyone. In today's class we are going to discuss about how to train our YOLOv11 dataset in the Google Collab. For that you need to type this code for training the dataset. So you have to type result. So that will be the variable results equal to model. You have to type the model dot train. It will train the model. So inside that you need to type data equal to quotation. Inside the quotation you have to type the path of the YAML file and then you have to type comma. After that you have to type epoch. I'm going to type 20. For sample I am going to use 20. So if you want 50, 100, 200 or 300 you can type your value. And then you have to type the size of the image. For that you need to type image size img s z equal to 640. My image size will be 640 for the training purpose. You need to type model.train. Our model will be YOLO11s pt file. So that will be the model. It will train the data set. So you have to type the YAML file. It will contains all the dataset folder path. You can see train, valid, test and the number of classes. So YAML file is very important for the training purpose. So for default you need to change the path of the valid. You have to type train because in Google Collab it will train the images in the valid folder. It will not train the images in the train folder. That's why you need to type train. then only it will train all the images in the train folder. So you need to save the file and then close the file. So after that you need to run the code, it will train your dataset. So you have to remember that you need to change the folder name from valid to train, and then you have to run the code. So you can see our model is training. You can see the classes, loss, class loss, box loss, epoch. Our epoch will be 20. So my image size is 20. So that's why the process is very faster. If your dataset contains 2000 images or 5000 images, it will take around 5 hours or 2 hours based on your dataset. So I have to wait for that. So that's it. Our process is completed. You can see the model best.pt file. It will be our trained model. So it will present in the runs folder. You have to open the detect. Inside the detect you have to open the train. Inside the train you can see the images like train images, confusion matrix, F1 curve images, PR curve PNG file, P curve image, or so these are all the training images, confusion matrix, labels, CSV file, result, and then you can see the validation and training. So these are all the images present in the train. So in the weights you can see the model best.pt file. It will be our trained model using YOLOv11. So you have to increase the epoch for your training purpose. So you can also download your model. You have to select download option. So it will download your model. So that's it guys. In today's class we have discussed about how to train our YOLOv11 dataset using Google Collab. In the upcoming class we are going to detect our dataset. Welcome everyone. In today's class we are going to discuss about how to detect and validate our dataset. For that we are going to use the validate images. I am going to use this image for detection purpose. I am going to detect whether it is right or wrong. For that you need to type the variable results equal to model dot validate of val of nothing but validation. So it will validate all the images. So result are saved in train2 folder. So this is the code for validation. If you have any errors, it will show in the output. So next we are going to predict our dataset image, whether it is intrusion detection is detected or not. For that you need to type result equal to model dot predict. It will predict the image. You have to type the image path. So inside the quotation you have to type image path and then you have to run the code. So you can see the output. So it shows one intrusion is detected. So we have successfully predicted our model. First we are just validate the model whether there are any errors in our model. There are no errors. Then we are moving to how to predict the model. So we have successfully detected the intrusion and then we are going to detect our images. For the detection of your image, you have to type this code. So you have to type YOLO task equal to detect. Our task will be detection and then mode will be predict. It will detect and also predict your image. And then you have to type the model. So the model will be our trained model, that is best.pt file. It will be present in the detect folder. In that you have to select train, and then you have to select weights. So in the weights folder, you can see your model best.pt file. So you have to copy the path of your model and then you have to paste. And then you have to type the confidence score. You can type your own confidence score. I'm going to type 0.2. After that, you have to type your image source path. You have to type source equal to, you have to type the path of your image. So you have to copy the path and then you have to paste. So after that, you need to save the output. For that, you have to type save equal to true. So this is the code for deduction. You have to type task equal to deduct and mode will be predict, and then you have to type the model, and then you have to type the confidence score. At last, you have to type the source of your image. So after that, you need to run this code. So you can see our model is successfully deducted the image intrusion detection. So you can see the output. You have to open the runs. Inside that you have to open detect. In that you have to open predict to, and then you have to open the image. So you can see the image is successfully detected. So our class intrusion detection is successfully detected with the prediction of 0.65. Also, I am going to detect another images. I am going to use any one of the images from the train folder. So you have to copy the path, and then you have to copy, and then you have to paste that path, and then you have to run the code. So after that, you need to open the predict folder. You have to open the image. So you can see our model is successfully trained. You can see the class intrusion detection with the prediction of 0.55. So you can also use webcam for your detection. So for that, you need to remove the path of your source. For webcam detection, you have to type 0. So 0 is nothing for web camera. It will detect real-time intrusion detection based on your model training. But in Google Collab, webcam is not supported. So you can see webcam is not supported in Collab and Google notebooks. You cannot use web camera. For that only you have to use PyCharm or VS Code for your project. So you need to know that 0 is for the web camera. By using the web camera, you can use your project in the real time. So that's it guys. We have successfully created our home intrusion detection project using YOLOv11. Hope you learned something from this project. So please put positive review in the comment section.